The chapel should be up ahead.
Chapel. Time for answers.
Oh!
What is going on here?
Found this freak trying to dig through the walls again. Rusty nail cut him when I dragged him out of his little rat nest. And, well, you know how clumsy these convicts are. Always falling downstairs and whatnot.
These people already need help, Captain. Feeding your ego with unnecessary beatings isn't making their lives, or mine, any better.
You gonna do something about it?
Maybe I will.
Whatever. He's your problem now.
That makes two of you. Otis Flannegan, right? Any blurred vision? How many fingers do you see?
3. Clarity of vision, both physical and spiritual, is one of our king's many gifts.
Uh-huh. Can you tell me the date today?
July the 2nd. Year 1 of the Rat King's rule.
Close enough. Well, no concussion. That's the good news. That nasty cut is a different story. Do you know when you last had a tetanus booster?
I've spent my life crawling through Gotham's sewers, Doctor. Lo, by sanitation department decree, I have had all my shots.
The medical examination room. I remember this.
To confirm a man's health prior to his execution. The Hippocratic Oath hung by its foot.
It started out as riot control gas, but I adjusted the recipe. A large dose will turn those brains to succotash.
The Joker hides his plans in a smokescreen of chaos.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it.
He's clearly insane, but he acts with purpose. And that's what makes him dangerous.
As long as he remains in captivity, you needn't concern yourself with his forks and handsaws again. ghastly thing. At least the chapel knows its audience.
How old is this?
No one really knows. It's one of the prison's few surviving original structures.
Falcone claims his assailant was the prisoner Otis Flannegan. There's still evidence in the chapel from the attack on Falcone. I'll set up a crime scene and figure out what happened. Flannegan threw Falcone through this pew. Remarkable for someone of Flannegan's size. Blood spatter and prints indicate Falcone laid here following the attack. Strange. I'm not seeing any forensic evidence tying Otis Flannegan to this scene. The assailant snuck up behind Falcone, struck him with a metal pipe before covering his head with a sack. Traces of metal on the kneeler, and nail marks in the fabric. No trace of Otis's prints on the weapon, but then again, he does wear gloves. Something's not right, Alfred. Are any of the details from this attack consistent with Flannegan's crimes on the outside?
No, sir. But prison can change a man, as I'm sure you're well aware.
I'll keep looking. The altar was configured to look like a shrine to the Rat King. Falcone struck his assailant with a manifesto as he laid on the altar. It gave Falcone time to escape, but only for a moment. If Falcone struggled as much as evidence suggests, these items would have been knocked aside. That means they were placed on the altar after the assault. Someone with access to the chapel staged this scene to implicate Flannegan. Before throwing Falcone into the pew, the attacker hit the candelabra. 3 sets of footprints were left in this pool of wax. First set, size 14, no discernible tread pattern. Whoever made these wore disposable shoe covers. The second is a partial from an Italian loafer, Falcone's. The third set was made after the wax dried, a match for the distinctive claw-like shoe prints I found in Otis Flannegan's cell. Otis was here, but didn't arrive at the chapel until after the assault. Fabric analysis shows a small amount of Kevlar and nylon. The assailant wore a bulletproof vest and caught it on the candelabra during the struggle with Falcone. I've scanned all available evidence. Only a small group of people in Blackgate are equipped with bulletproof vests. I'll narrow my search to the most likely candidates. TYGER Security have access to bulletproof vests, not to mention the chapel itself. Someone on TYGER's payroll is responsible.
Another excellent deduction, sir. Perhaps Otis Flannegan could provide a suitable explanation for why he was framed.
I don't think I'll have to wait very long.
Well now, my son, have you come to confess your sins?
You were here the night Falcone was attacked. Why?
Searching. Seeking my missing brethren.
The prisoners.
Abducted in the night. But still they remain lost. I found only Falcone, at the mercy of the head guard.
Bolton.
That explains the broken pew. It would have taken a man of tremendous strength to cause such damage, sir.
And your mysterious king? Where is he?
I will not speak of him to an outsider.
Tell me!
The Rat King will reveal himself on his day of wrath. Even I still have scales upon my eyes despite my devotion. He is coming. Even I do not know the hour or the day.
Enough! The Rat King is no messiah. He's just another criminal, and I'm going to take him down. Your so-called Day of Wrath will kill innocent people. How do you justify that?
Bruce Wayne hoards billions. More money than he'd be able to spend in 100 lifetimes. Meanwhile, we starve. We live on the streets. Ignored, invisible, yet greater in number every day. Our wrath is inevitable.
Why did Falcone think you attacked him?
Once Bolton's vile work was finished, I pulled the bag from the Roman's head and called for help. Vengeance belongs to the Rat King, not to me, not to Bolton. All things are in his plan, Batman.
For your sake, Otis, I hope you're telling the truth.
I suffer for honesty, not lies.
Bolton attacked Falcone, and he may be abducting prisoners.
Well, that complicates things.
I need more than Otis's word. I'll search Bolton's office.
All this rage, all directed at me, and for what? You know, if you'd actually let me finish a sentence, you might learn that we're not so different.
Joker thinks we were alike. But what if he's right?
Nonsense, sir. Aside from a shared flair for theatrics, the two of you could not be more different.
Maybe so.
Okay! Extra bonus for anyone who can even touch Batman. Got that? Touch him!
Lock the door!
That's how low the bar is!
Now, you bastard! I'm a smash his son done! Got it, my sight! I'll mess you up good! Freak! I'm a smash his face! I'll mess you up! You're gonna die in here! I'll mess you up good! You're gonna die in here!
Alfred, I'm heading to Bolton's office to get some answers.
That's in the administration wing off the yard. I've marked its location on your map. Could Bolton be the Rat King?
Otis said Bolton tried to kill Falcone. It may even be Bolton who's disappearing rats. I'll find the answer in his office.
Miss Quinzel, I'm giving you a chance here. Do you know what happens if the prosecution can try Julian Day as a sane man?
He'll get the death penalty.
And this city will thank you for helping to remove a cold-blooded killer from the streets.
Rather surprising. Dr. Quinzel seems exceedingly sympathetic to inmates.
And easily manipulated by them. One of the reasons Ward and Joseph took the fall.
And the calendar man?
Transferred for Dr. Quinzel's evaluation, but I doubt they can hold him for long. Otis was scared. He would have said anything to get out.
Indeed. Perhaps fear does not always lead to truth.
Bolton may find him. But if I help Otis, I compromise my investigation.
To the rats still in hiding, I will torture. Make it easy. Give up.
Bolton only wants the upper hand so he can bring it down on the weak.
Insanity plea. Justice is seeing you in prison for life.
A map of death row. I can scan this with detective vision. Lady Justice and her hawk of vengeance.
Stay close.
Okay, Joe. Blood pressure's a little on the high side, but otherwise your labs look good. Must be all that clean living.
First time I heard that.
Any other complaints?
Just some reactions to Dr. Crane's treatment. Headaches. Can't remember some stuff. Nothing he didn't warn me about.
That's not on the chart. I'll follow up with him about it.
Sure. You know, Doc, you look familiar. Didn't you used to run the free clinic over in Park Row?
Still do. It's a tough neighborhood. The people need help. Politicians are too quick to write those folks off.
Ain't that the truth? When I lived there, it was everyone stealing each other's stuff. Then, stealing it back. Over and over. That photo there. That's you, and...
Harvey Dent? I'm surprised you recognize him.
Huh. Oh, yeah. He's on TV a lot now, right? So, you know him?
Back then, I ran a crisis center for kids. The boy next to Harvey is Bruce Wayne. Not too long after his parents were killed. Those two were like sons to me.
Right. Harvey Dent.
Partial map of Blackgate.
So you're the egghead they put in charge of rehabilitation, huh?
I take it you don't approve, Mr. Bolton?
Captain Bolton. And it's a giant waste of time, you ask me. Animals don't change, Crane.
Which would explain why your application for the job was rejected last year.
What are you talking about?
I've been reviewing Martin Joseph's files. He had some rather unflattering words for you. An unrepentant sadist, psychologically unfit and obsessed with aggressive punishment.
Martin Joseph ran this place like a damn vacation resort. Riots, insubordination, escapees. The man's a joke.
Is that why the GCPD rejected your application as well?
Think twice before trying to get in my head, Crane. You don't want to be on my bad side.
On the contrary, despite your contempt for my work, I actually admire yours.
What?
I appreciate the single-mindedness with which you pursue your goals. In the short time you've been here, you've demonstrated an enviable ability to strike fear into the prisoners. It's fascinating how terrified they are of you.
It's what they deserve.
Exactly. Make an example of one, and the rest fall in line. Simple, yet effective. The GCPD's loss is clearly our gain, Captain Bolton.
Huh. Maybe you and me got more in common than I thought. Run your department however you want. I'll handle mine. Oh, and Doc? Try and get me on tape without telling me again, and you'll find out firsthand how scary I can be.
Mr. Turner, this is merely a standard intake evaluation. Not your first, I understand.
Yeah, been through a few.
You were incarcerated here last year, and then transferred to... Belrev, was it? The redactions in your file are quite extensive.
Could be above your pay grade, Doc.
Yes, well, what's intriguing here is that you elected to return rather than having your sentence commuted. Until recently, anyway, most prisoners wanted out of Blackgate. What's changed?
I still owe a debt to society.
Guilty conscience?
Matter of honor.
Given your history of mental illness.
Since when is playing puppet to the League of Assassins a mental illness?
I think the standard questionnaire is best, yes? Good. How are you coping with the transfer? Any changes in mood?
Yeah. Been getting progressively more agitated since talking to you.
Excellent. And have you been seeing things that other people don't? Or can't?
I see a lot of stuff other people miss, but not the way you mean.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid are you right now?
Hold up. That's not in the questionnaire.
Very perceptive, Benjamin. Now consider this. TYGER has authorized me to recruit a few volunteers to help test a new psychiatric medication I'm developing. And you certainly seem like a prime candidate. Participation ensures a more comfortable cell in Arkham Ward, amongst other privileges.
Better men than you have messed with my head, Doc. Keep it up and I'll show you where they're buried.
Ooh, how vivid. Well, it is a standing offer, Mr. Turner, so let me know when you reconsider.
Discussion with our regular column. The president is bogged down with his group against the 1%. You said it yourself, Vic. The Ratcatcher. Attacks are false flag operation.
We're all ready.
when Bolton took a dig at former cops. Think he was talking about us?
We ain't had our asses kicked by Batman, so no. I got a short list of guys in mind who probably did, though. Pansies.
Some of those guys, being crooked was all they had going for them.
What the? Damn, it's time. Tiger's white claw, Batman. I'll lift you up to it. Breaking you. Using the baton.
I see Bolton's office.
Are you sure he's not there?
For now, but I won't have long.
Welcome to my arena. Simple rules, gentlemen. The one that doesn't die keeps fighting.
I'm sorry, Batman, but I'm sure you do the same in my position.
I wouldn't be in your position, Turner. Turner hurt a lot of inmates before I stopped him.
Perhaps he was making the best of a bad situation. The Penguin forced him to fight, but few other inmates would have the skill or inclination to defeat their opponents without permanent injury.
Turner was trained by the League of Assassins. They don't teach their students how to pull punches.
Extra guns to the chapel! Batman! Let Flannegan's sorry ass to solitary!
No card. I'll find another way. I don't have a card for the elevator. I'll find another way around. Prisoner transfer records should be on Bolton's computer.
Do be careful, sir. He strikes me as the sort to have an unsavory browser history.
The computer's unlocked. I'll back up his files and get out. This will take time.
Perhaps a tour of Mr. Bolton's brooding office interior, sir.
Batman. Killer.
That publication was never known for its accuracy.
Bolton believes it.
People see what they want to see in their heroes.
It's done. Warden Joseph rejected Bolton's application to Blackgate.
Ironic that Bolton should replace him.
TYGER replaced him. Bolton just positioned himself to take advantage.
What a gruesome museum. Replicas, I take it?
A few are actually real. The blades are chipped. Bolton's been using these.
Target practice. I hope, sir.
The Batman in Blackgates. When I heard you were in my prison, roughing up my men, I was honored. Big fan. But help me understand. You threw a man to his death off the courthouse roof. But now...
I don't kill.
Punishment is the only way to keep criminals in line!
Is that why you attacked Falcone?
Yes!
To punish him?
Yes, your methodology!
You took it too far.
I didn't go far enough! These scumbags think they rule behind the walls of my prison. You could have been more than a symbol. Could have been a god. You disappoint me. I'm sorry you won't be around to watch as I end Falcone's empire for good. What's the expression? Never meet your heroes. Kill him. Shoot his ass!
Getting out of here. There's a window behind the desk. Are you all right?
Yes.
Oh, thank heavens.
Bolton's lost it.
At least you disabused him of the notion that you are allies.
His methods are extreme and misguided. Leslie's right. Beating the rats won't turn up the Rat King.
Do I detect a change of heart?
A change of strategy.
Sorry your meeting with Bolton ended in violence, sir. Sometimes our biggest fans can be our harshest critics.
I'll need Oracle to decrypt the card.
She's on call. Just place the drive in the reader on the forensics station.
This symbol. I can scan and reconstruct it in detective vision. Truth will be revealed.
Quite a find. Cyrus Pinckney documented several at the turn of the century, but lost his notes in a fire. I thought them a figment of his imagination.
It's too old for the Rat King.
Regardless, I'll send these to Gotham University courtesy of the Wayne Foundation. Perhaps we'll uncover deeper mysteries in Blackgate than what's in the dinner meat.
All right. I'll send any more that I find.
Thrilling, sir.
Blackgate, Day 2. I awoke to the staccato clacks of Kyle cataloging yesterday's notes on his typing writer. Practical machine, yet so brutal. If the sound doesn't kill you, its weight will. Found another rune near Blackgate Chapel this morning. It reads, "The truth will soon be revealed." Ironic, given this island's legendary secrets. Tales of witchcraft abound. The Miagani whispered about an underground necropolis. Schoolboys trade stories about the pirate John Valor, Gotham's own two-bit Colorford, using the island as a base from which to harry those passing through. A sight of bloodletting, a cursed rock. Rubbish! I have no use for fevers. I need money. May tomorrow yield something that appeals to Judge Wayne's good graces.
These bridges fell a long time ago. I'll cross the distance with Cape Glide and my grapnel gun. Dark days abound.
(1910) Anno Domini, Log of Cyrus Pinckney, architect, unemployed, but only momentarily. I've landed on Blackgate Island to study its structures. The chapel, the statue of Lady Justice, the sundry Gothic sculptures dotting the landscape around the prison. Once my research is complete, I shall propose a large-scale renovation of Gotham City to Judge Solomon Wayne, an ideal benefactor, far less recreant than Henry Cobblepot. I've arrived with my assistant, Ezekiel, amidst the cheers of mergansers and migrating geese. Kyle, as he curiously prefers to be called, helped me scout a campsite. To my pleasant surprise, even such cursory efforts bore fruit. A rune etched into what appears to be a loose cornerstone from a raised building. The inscription, written in an archaic form of Latin, reads, "Dark days abound." I very much doubt it. Given the artifact's age, those dark days have surely come and gone. And yet, these hills still hold many secrets. I can feel it.
Wow, okay. This drive is a hot mess.
Can you decode it?
Thankfully, someone doesn't know about updating their OS. Have it for you in 2 shakes. Who do they have working IT at that place anyway?
This on? Testing. Okay, look, I'm no fool. I know how it works on the outside. You get a little side action, and Falcone or someone just like him greases your palm. But here, on the inside, it's my rules. And if you think I'm going to let that Roman relic worm his way into power, get this straight. This isn't about the cage books or any money I owe him. So don't even start with... God, this is ridiculous. I'll just tell you in person. Brandon, you do good work for me, but what the hell? I've got more reports of prisoners dropping out of the ranks, just disappearing. I shouldn't have to remind you of this again, but this is a prison. Keeping inmates in is job number 1. Consider this a warning. You were smart to trade the GCPD for TYGER. You're moving up. Don't throw it away now.
A cage match schedule. Bolton's running an illegal boxing club, and Falcone's running the books.
The business partners had a falling out.
Or someone turned them against each other.
Looks like there's a special match scheduled for this morning.
Bolton said he's going to end Falcone's empire. That's where he plans to do it.
Another job for Batman, huh?
No. Too many tigers in the cage.
You'd face Captain Bolton without your equipment.
The element of surprise has always been my best weapon. Bolton said he would end Falcone's empire. He'll make his move in the cage this morning.